Good morning, students. Today I am going to demonstrate the moment of inertia of flywheel in experiment in theory of machines lab. Okay, first of all, what is flywheel? So flywheel we are using in engines, IC engines. Very well we know, because in an engine, in IC engine, the power is produced only in one stroke, that is power stroke. In the remaining strokes, there is no power is producing. Okay, so the flywheel is storing that energy that is produced in the power stroke, that is more than the required, and then the remaining strokes, it gives that energy to maintain the uniform velocity to the engine. Okay. So here, coming to this picture, this is the flywheel. So mounted on an axle of radius small r. Here string is wound around the shaft or axle, and at the end of this a mass is attached, small m. Okay. Here you see, here string is having some tension due to mass T, capital T. Okay. So anyway, due to acceleration due to gravity, due to this, mg is acting vertically downwards. Okay, now, so according to this is the side view. Here you see this is the axis of rotation, this is the axle, this is flywheel. Okay, according to this diagram, as per the diagram, so you can write this expression, that is T minus mg equal to minus ma. Okay, so here we see the T, this is mg, so ma. Okay, so then from this, T equal to m of g minus a. Right. So now coming to so then the tension T is acting on the string. So due to this, a torque is produced, that is torque tau equal to T into small r, radius of the axle. Okay, so from the experiment we calculate the torque by using this formula. So now coming to the Newton's second law of motion. So we know for a linear bodies, F equal to ma. Okay, for rotational bodies, right, F is replaced with tau, small m is replaced with mass moment of inertia, acceleration, that is linear acceleration, replaced with angular acceleration, tau equal to I alpha. Okay, so now coming to this, suppose if you consider the torque, that is due to friction, just if you avoid that, so then the equation becomes tau minus tau 1 equal to, I think, tau dash equal to I alpha. Okay, this is the net torque. Here we are subtracting the torque, that is due to friction, so we lost that one. So then from this, anyway, we conduct the experiment for two values. For first mass, that is m1, so then tau 1 minus tau dash equal to I alpha 1. For second mass, for m2, we get tau 2, then tau 2 minus tau dash equal to I alpha 2. Okay, so then coming to this, this is the equation 1, this is the equation 2. Subtract the equation 2 from equation 1. So then tau 2 minus tau 1 equal to I of alpha 2 minus alpha 1. From this, I equal to, this is the mass moment of inertia, that is we are getting from experiment, I equal to tau 2 minus tau 1 by alpha 2 minus alpha 1. This is from experiment, that is the reason we keep P here. P indicates so practical value. So by using this formula, and the coming experiment, we calculate the mass moment of inertia by using this formula. So anyway, we know how to find the tau 1. So then, so this is the formula we are using. So tau equal to T into small r. So for T, we know the formula, that is m into g minus a. So now coming to the angular acceleration. Okay, so anyway we know the this equation, that is s equal to ut plus half at square. Okay, I am writing for rotating bodies. So then s replaces with d. Okay, initially the velocity is 0, so leave it. This entire expression becomes 0. Then a half. Okay, so for linear, half a t square. So then from this, a equal to 2d by t square. So by using this expression, that is a equal to 2d by t square, we calculate the linear acceleration value. So then we know the relation between linear acceleration and angular acceleration. Okay, so that is a equal to r alpha. From that, angular acceleration alpha equal to a by r. Okay.